Today I'd like to spotlight Supreme Commander. I cannot tell you how great of a game this was, at least for me in my childhood. It had introduced me to a lot of things, some concepts I didn't realize were possible. And really, the only thing that makes me sad about the whole thing is just that I didn't get on board whenever it first came out. That and I was a console player whenever I started it. So I found this game in the GameStop Xbox section, and I kid you not, I saw it from across the room. There was this big giant mech standing on the front of this game case, game cover, and I, in the promises of epic scale, massive battles, nukes, galactic scale warfare, and for the most part, this game delivers on all that. The only real problem I have with it is twofold. One, it's a terrible game for a console. And two, it is limited by the software and the technology put into it by the gas powered games, which I think gas powered is defunct now, so they're kind of completely irrelevant to this conversation. This game, I tried for a very long time to play it and enjoy it. I ended up spending hours just trying to learn how the economy for this game works, and it took forever, and I still am not that great at it. I just really love the game. That being said, I did spend like 2 hours just trying to build one of their ultimate mega units in the game, their experimental units. But I hope anyone who catches this video will give it a shot because this was a fundamental part of my childhood and a great game to boot. And one of the great things about this game is that it actually has an online community that's keeping it alive. Unlike a lot of other games that were made in the years that it was, right now Supreme Commander has an active online community. That being Supreme Commander Forged Alliance, which was the sequel to Supreme Commander. Forged Alliance Forever is the name of the community for those of you who are wondering. If you ever get the chance to try it, I recommend it. Sadly, this is one of those games where you're not going to get a whole lot of performance gains out of bigger tech and more expensive equipment. It's just a limitation of the coding at the time that they put into it. That being said, it is one of the best RTSs I've ever had. It introduced me to the concept. It was excellent in every way I could imagine. The scale is epic, the units are epic, the amount of units you can build whole armies of hundreds of units, even close to thousands, depending on how much you mod it. Um, the community itself is very small and very niche, but I think that the people who are in it are very dedicated to the game. So if you want a very unique and professional experience, you can find it there. There is a community that holds tournaments and such. They're not the same level as StarCraft, but I'll be honest with you. This has more appeal to me than StarCraft does, and the whole reason being the scale and the unique setting. I know other people may or may not call it generic, but the first intro cinematic for the game, for the story mode for the original Supreme Commander, enthralled me completely. I could not get enough of this game. I played this game for hours and days and tried as best as I could to get through to the end. And once I beat it with one faction, I then started over with another. Each of the factions in this game are completely unique. Their units behave in different ways, they have different strengths and advantages. It's almost like playing a game of tic tac toe, but with a lot more strategy involved. Even if the person who responds to whatever attack or move you make responds with, say, you throw scissors and they throw rock, there is a way to make scissors beat rock in this game. In a lot of cases, I've actually seen it in community games where it's come down to the wire. The one person is destroying another, and the person who's getting destroyed, all they have left is their command unit, and they basically just say, "Okay, YOLO." And they just throw everything they have into that one unit, which, keep in mind, if they die, it's over for the game. So you want to protect your command unit. They put everything they have into it, soup it up, attach all the weapons they can, and they fly it across the map to the other side. Or in some cases, they telemaser, which is when you put a teleporter and a giant microwave laser on a Cybran commander, and they just teleport across the map. They laser everything down, destroy everything you've done, and if they're lucky, they catch your commander in the process. That being said, I have had some experiences of a barrier to entry with this game. If you're new and you're really still learning, it is a little tough trying to get in. I accidentally matched one time with one of the top ranked players as a new player with barely any rank at all. I'm not sure how that happened, but this also was years ago, so they may have updated and improved on their actual code for the game. Uh, if you want an epic, excellent experience, I highly recommend this game to you. It was a big part of my childhood. It even got me into PC gaming for the most part when I realized that the Xbox couldn't handle it and the controller wasn't actually that great of a control system for RTS games. It also introduced me to the genre of RTS, ironically. I was aware of Civ 5, or not Civ 5, I think it was Civ 4 and probably the Xbox version of Civ at the time that I actually played, but wasn't until after this game that I really got into RTS and everything that it had to offer. It's a little sad because they don't build games like this anymore. I wish they did. Gas Powered Games is kind of defunct, and there's a sequel to Supreme Commander Forged Alliance, but there's a lot of heat and a lot of debate over whether or not Supreme Commander 2 was an upgrade or a downgrade over Supreme Commander. Me personally, it took away all of the things that I liked and appreciated about Supreme Commander. It went from a streamlined economy, you spend as you get economy, to a pre-purchase economy. Supreme Commander 2 is a lot more basic. I've played it too. It's a lot easier to understand. It runs better. It's a lot more modern, updated graphics. But they do a lot of changes to the lore. They do a lot of changes to how units function. A lot of the identities of the factions, some of them kind of got erased, some of them kind of got improved upon. An entire faction was taken out of the game. So, generally speaking, I prefer Forged Alliance, but for anyone who's looking for a more StarCraft-like experience, Supreme Commander 2 is going to be more your speed. That being said, guys, I hope you give this game a try. I really love this game. I cannot tell you how much it meant to me as a kid. Y'all have a good day. I'll talk to you later.